Cops ain't up for people too. I'm done for what? Yeah, that's how we do, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna do about $150 up out of here in a Suburban 2500 with 23-inch rims on it. I whip my gotta take a piss like this, but I don't got a piss.
He was a force of nature that nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, could tame. Not the streets, not the industry, not the most powerful men in Los Angeles. Not even the threat of real, violent consequences could slow him down.
When I say that, I mean exactly what I said.
Yeah.
There ain't no sugarcoating, there ain't no nothing in. It ain't not one human being that's not gonna check in.
Whether he was robbing a random guy at a gas station in broad daylight or causing pure chaos in the middle of New York City, stopping traffic, pulling down his pants, and pissing right there in the street with cars coming at him, screaming at people. Keep it moving. There's nothing to see here. Every single one of these moments proved the same thing over and over again. DMX was simply a man that could not be controlled. So sit back, get comfortable, and enjoy the video. Because today, we're diving deep into the story of the time DMX was supposed to check in, and what happened when he didn't.
Well, for one, I didn't make it for the club. The beat is for the club. I just spit some real shit to it. Like, all right, you give me a beat that people can dance to, I'll spit some shit that motherfucking beat somebody up to. It's a good combination. It's called Party Up, but it's very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful.
Los Angeles had a system, a real one. If you were a rapper, a celebrity, an entertainer, anybody with a name, anybody who carried weight in the culture, you checked in with the streets when you came to the city. No debates, no skipping steps, no exceptions. This wasn't some informal suggestion. This wasn't industry politics. This was street law, the kind of law enforced by real people with real power and real consequences for those who chose to ignore it. The men at the top of this system had influence that extended far beyond music, into neighborhoods, into businesses, into every corner of Los Angeles that mattered. If you didn't tap in when you arrived, you weren't just being disrespectful.
I fight, son. I get my scrap on. It's nothing. It's nothing. If you're listening right now, I duck you out, straight up. I duck you out, son.
You were putting a target on your own back. Problems would find you fast, and they wouldn't come in the form of a phone call. And then DMX showed up. Not only did DMX not check in, he didn't even acknowledge that the system existed. He didn't make phone calls. He didn't set up meetings. He didn't send anyone ahead to smooth things over. He moved through Los Angeles like he already owned the place, with zero concern for who had an issue with it. The city's rules simply did not apply to him, and he made no effort whatsoever to pretend otherwise.
Me, him, and Big Pun in Brooklyn. And after the show, we stopped at the gas station, and he saw a dude with a chain, and he stuck him up in the gas station.
The man at the center of this collision wasn't just anybody. It was Corrupt, one of the most respected West Coast rappers alive.
I'm ready to just bum rush the shit, like, for real. Nah, I'm going up there, knock my shit out, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man, you know what I'm saying? Yo, don't know, we body around here.
Rollin 60's affiliated and managed by Big U himself. And if you know anything about LA, you know that Big U wasn't just a manager. He was one of the key architects of the very check-in system DMX had just walked straight through without blinking. When DMX didn't check in, he wasn't just ignoring street protocol. He was spitting directly in the face of the entire operation. And Corrupt, as one of Big U's most prominent artists, was the man who had to respond.
When I say that, I mean exactly what I said.
Yeah.
There ain't no sugarcoating, there ain't no nothing in. It ain't not one human being that's not gonna check in. Let me give you on a bigger scale. The United States of America and all these countries have what is called airspace. If you invade their airspace with a plane, they consider that an act of war. If you want to come in their airspace, you're gonna check in. You can choose not to, and it's gonna be a problem. If dudes come and you move it in a certain way.
The situation now had a face, and that face was personal.
If you choose not to check in, you suffer the consequences. You feel like you got something that's bigger than what is there. Because I do it, it's foreign to me to hear people speak how I'm not gonna check in, but then that's the ignorant dude, because that's the dude who wants the internet fame. Any real dude that's ever really been in LA, he checked in. Any real dude that's ever been in Atlanta, he checked in. If you moving and you getting money, you gonna check in because you need to know the right places to be and places not to be. That's a business, man. So, but shit, some people feel like I am who I am.
These guys have real influence in the city, and if you didn't tap in...
What started as a street politics issue didn't stay there. It exploded into the music. It got personal. It got dangerous. And before it was all over, To really understand what we're dealing with here, we have to go back a little bit. Because this beef wasn't just two rappers beefing over a song. It was two completely different worlds colliding.
Industry is full of a bunch of dick-sucking, dick-riding, bending over the desk ass straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it. Bring it. I don't give a bring it. Bring it, bitch. Well, the industry is full of homo hating ass. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
You know, say, let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am. Now they want you all up under this, you know.
Kurupt and Daz Dillinger signed with Death Row Records in 1992, both just 18 years old. Together, they formed the Dog Pound, which eventually expanded into DPGC, the Dog Pound Gangsta Clique, a crew that included Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, RBX, Warren G, and more certified legends than most rosters could dream of. They appeared on Dr. Dre's landmark album, The Chronic, then on Snoop's Doggy Style.
Going to dinner with them and shit like that, and, you know, all that favor for a favor shit. I don't get down like that. Look, a lot of the love I had for wanting to be a part of the industry is not there anymore. I don't even associate myself with the industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry.
Which changed the entire landscape of West Coast hip-hop. Their debut album, Dog Food, dropped on Halloween 1995 and debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, moving 270,000 copies in the first week alone.
We go back, man, like, you understand me?
We go
Way
back before we predate West Coast rap, really. Right. Your name was the hottest name on the West Coast. Snoop was coming from, Snoop was trying to get on from Long Beach.
So by this point in the story, Kurupt wasn't just a rapper with a couple of hot records. He was West Coast royalty. He was certified. And crucially, the streets were behind him completely. His manager, Big U's connections to the LA Crips, meant that when Kurupt spoke, it carried weight that went far beyond any album sales or chart position. This was a man with real muscle behind him. Then there was DMX, coming out of Yonkers, New York, with a criminal history so deep that jail felt like a second home. By 1998, he had signed to Def Jam Records and dropped It's Dark and Hell is Hot, and the rap game shifted overnight. Not gradually, overnight. DMX wasn't just commercially successful, he was a phenomenon, something the industry hadn't seen before and genuinely didn't know how to handle. The raw aggression, the spiritual pain, the intensity that lived in every single bar. It was unlike anything that had come before it. Fat Joe once told a story that perfectly captures the kind of energy DMX carried into every room he walked into. The chaos, the unpredictability, the feeling that anything could happen at any moment. That was X.
We gangsters. We all do the same type of shit. It's something about being a Dog Pound gangster.
And didn't think twice about checking in. That's the man Kurupt and Big U had to deal with. Two immovable forces. Something had to give. Here's where the story stops being about street politics and starts getting deeply, uncomfortably personal. By 1997, Kurupt was engaged to Brooklyn rapper Foxy Brown, hip-hop's power couple at the time. Everything looked solid on the surface.
They're giving us problems, man.
What we gotta do, man?
I'm ready to just bum rush the shit, like, for real, for real. Nah, I'm going up there, knock my shit out, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Caps was playing games, so I went raw, run up in that building and kick down the door. I fight, son. I get my scrap on. It's nothing. It's nothing. If you're listening right now, I duff you out, straight up. I duff you out, son. Duff you out, nigga, on my mama. Word that. And I ain't say word up. I said word that. Niggas don't know. We body niggas around here.
Two major artists, both at the top of their game, building something together. Then DMX's career exploded. Both DMX and Foxy Brown were signed to Def Jam. Both were on the Survival of the Ill tour in the summer of 1998. Spending every single day in the same venues, on the same stages, in the same spaces. And then the rumors started.
Like, DMX was crazy. One time we had a show, me, him, and Big Pun in Brooklyn. And after the show, we stopped at the gas station and he saw a dude with a chain and he stuck him up in the gas station. Meanwhile, the whole crowd was just going, stop, shut him down, open up, chop. This is a dysfunctional industry, bro. This ain't the ESPYs, bro. You know, you be lucky to get away alive going to the Source Awards. You got a master's and PhD, and like this is like the worse you are, the better you are in the game. At least it was.
According to Foxy herself, it was Rough Riders member Eve who went back to Kurupt and told him that something was happening between her and DMX on that tour. Foxy denied everything. She said nothing happened, that DMX had a crush on her.
How do you maintain? Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of competitive industry, but I'm doing my thing. I really don't worry about anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I got love for every other female rapper out there that's doing their thing.
I'm looking real nice and all and everything. And Kurupt, you all good, man. And keep it up, man, baby. Hey, y'all, give a shout out to Channel Zero, man. We told to make a short. Yeah. A man and wife. You feel me? Things like that. No, y'all said, man. So what's up, y'all? Hooking up?
Get married.
Oh, man. Oh, hey, Channel Zero, they get married.
Whoa, nobody can know.
And that Eve had completely blown a non-situation out of proportion and stirred up drama that had no reason to exist. But we all know what happens with rumors in hip-hop. They don't just fade away quietly, they grow. They take on a life of their own. And what happened next made everything 10 times worse. On January 26, 1999, Foxy Brown dropped her album China Doll, and right there on the track list was a song called Dog and a Fox.
I was dating Foxy at the time, and she was a young lady from New York.
Yeah, well, love hurts. I got a little, you say things, sometimes you give the best advice and don't listen to it yourself.
Don't love these hoes.
Next thing you know, you the one that's out there doing exactly what you tell everybody else don't do. This ain't a hoe. This is my woman.
And you bought a big rock.
I love to can't lie. I've never been involved with somebody like that before. She amazed me.
So was you and X issue actually over her?
Totally.
Oh, so X was messing with her when y'all was together?
Totally.
Damn. How'd you find out?
Oh, man, I'm Gotti. People gonna call. Foxy and DMX was in the studio. Foxy and DMX, this and that. Oh, okay, yeah. My people's gonna tell me. Then they see him out doing some other things that's not the studio.
Featuring DMX, the title alone had the whole culture talking. But according to Kurupt, the original version of that record was supposed to be him and Foxy together. That collaboration had been taken from him, and the man who took his spot was the same man the rumors were already swirling around.
Then she took one of my concepts. We was gonna make a record called The Dog and the Fox.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she went and did it with Earl. So I was like, oh, man. You know what, this is getting out. Then Nas didn't approve of us at first. He got it on XXL, and XXL responded to Foxy and Kurupt. And, was kind of like, she should be with somebody from New York. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't really dissing, but he wasn't approval of her being with Kurupt. Mm-hmm. So I just felt like New York is picking on me.
Kurupt was done talking quietly. It was time to take it to the music. While recording his second solo album, Kurupt made a very deliberate decision. He wasn't going to hint at anything. He wasn't going to be subtle about it. He was going to put every single thing on wax and let the whole world hear it. He recorded Calling Out Names, a full diss track aimed directly at DMX, at several other New York rappers for good measure. The track leaked before the album even dropped, and the streets went absolutely crazy.
While recording his second album, Kurupt made a decision. He wasn't going to hint at anything.
Kurupt came in with zero filter and zero remorse. He accused X of trying to steal Foxy Brown, then told him he could keep her, and then came the warning. The kind of warning that everyone in the culture heard loud and clear.
Dropped, and the streets went crazy.
Go back to Streets is a Mother. The bonus track on that is Calling Out Names, which was another one of those songs that I was M, only X I know is Exhibit or RBX, Extraordinary. You can have a bitch. Anyway, I know the song by heart. Love that song. DMX was like as you can see, I have DMX behind you here. DMX was a huge.
He's watching you.
I love X, man.
He might be watching me.
But take me back to that feud between you and X. Obviously, he passed away earlier this year.
Yeah.
It was over your ex, or what was is that what it was?
Yeah. It was. I was in my feelings, and I was really just upset the whole experience with this young lady.
If DMX ever set foot on the West Coast again, he would be stripped and beaten.
And just upset, period, at the way I was being treated, being with this young lady, you know, and just let off some steam throughout the time of being with her. Certain individuals, you know, people will pump you up if you allow them to, if you let them. I can say that a lot of people, you know, told me things that I took to heart, that this person was saying this, and this person said that, and in this magazine, this person said that. DMX was just the straw that broke the camel's back. You know what I'm saying? To where my anger was. And so then I just let it all go. You know, DMX is the main thing everybody concentrates on. They don't really talk about Murder Inc. They don't really talk about the Rough Riders in whole or the Firm.
That wasn't rap talk. That was a real threat, backed by real people with real reach in Los Angeles.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody else that I spoke on.
Oh yeah, you had
DMX is the main thing they speak on.
You had a lot. You had a lot of. Yeah. I mean,
in the situation,
you loaded up for a lot of people.
The lady, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but there was a lot of different people I was upset at and angry about things that went on or what I heard.
Right.
And I put the cart before the horse. You know, and really, you know, things like this. You talk to people man to man. You really don't voice it through the music. You know what I mean? You know, the way I grew up, you know, if you really want to smash somebody, beat them up first, and then you can talk about them.
Right.
You know, but don't talk about them first. You know, and I was just really angry.
Everything had finally collided. The disrespect of not checking in, the Foxy situation, the stolen collaboration, all of it was now wrapped up in one track that was playing everywhere across the country. DMX didn't run from it. On December 21st, 1999, he dropped And Then There Was X, and on that album was a record called Party Up. Most people remember Party Up as a club anthem, a banger, something you heard in every venue and felt in your chest. But hip-hop fans who were really paying attention heard something else underneath the surface. No names were dropped. But everybody who needed to know knew exactly who he was talking about.
We body around here, son.
Time to bring the East Coast back.
We body around here, son. Ain't nothing about no rap shit right here, son. You know what I'm saying? I pull my sleeves up and get to work. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. Real talk, man. It's nothing. I am the streets. I am the mother streets.
Party Up wasn't just a diss track, it was a global phenomenon. It played in every club, every arena, every movie soundtrack, every radio station in the country. It's still one of the biggest party anthems in the history of the genre to this day. And Kurupt had to hear it absolutely everywhere he went. That was the response. Not a direct confrontation, not a back and forth, just DMX going #1 and making sure the whole world was a reminder. But while the beef was still playing out through music, the situation suddenly spilled into real life in the most violent way possible. October 17th, 1999. Kurupt is at Echo Sound Studios in Los Angeles, wrapping up work on his album. Without any warning at all, gunshots erupt outside on the patio. Kurupt's bodyguard, Dwayne Dupree, is injured multiple times in the chest. 2 other artists are hit as well, while Kurupt and Daz manage to stay inside.
Well, for one, I didn't make it for the club. The beat is for the club. I just spit some real shit to it. Like, all right, you give me a beat that people can dance to, I'll spit some shit that motherfucking beat somebody up to. It's a good combination. It's called Party Up, but it's very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. It feels good. It's good. And again, it confirms nothing I've dared to believe that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my music is not just for the moment. You kind of want the best on your music if you're gonna do music. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I can get X on this. They know I'm gonna do it justice. I'm gonna give it a long, long life.
People started pointing fingers immediately, and the name they kept landing on was DMX. A spokesperson released a statement. DMX is in Miami recording his album. He has no knowledge of this situation. DMX himself denied any involvement publicly and expressed fury that his name was being connected to the crime at all. No charges were ever filed against DMX. The incident was later traced to Timothy Joseph McGee, a highly feared move caller from a rival gang with no established connection to DMX or the East Coast beef. But in the court of public opinion, the mud had already been thrown. The association had already been made. That's how these things work. On January 17th, 2000, DMX was at the American Music Awards in the press room, taking questions from reporters. Somebody brought up the beef with Kurupt, the tension that had been building for over a year. The diss tracks, all of it. DMX's response was ice cold, brief, dismissive. That's all he gave them. No explanation, no lengthy breakdown, just a wall.
I think what was crazy was when I found out that Party Up was the answer to calling out names.
Facts. And
that's what Drake should have did.
And it was a hit record.
That's what Drake should have did. Drake should have made a Party Up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well,
nah, but he tried to get
over here stuck on Party Up being a response record.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a Party Up is
him
a
and Corrupt was at it.
Yeah, to Corrupt.
So it's like
Wow.
That moment said everything. Party Up was playing everywhere. The rumors were still circulating. People were still talking. And DMX walked through the city of Los Angeles like none of it had ever happened. Like it was all beneath him. Because to him, it genuinely was.
Acting twisted, like
you girl's a hoe.
You
Man, so I love my baby mama, I never let her go.
Yeah.
Oh!
They were fighting over Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
Oh! What?
Yeah.
We need to do a hip hop 101. Like, did y'all remember this? Did y'all know this?
I don't think people know that.
Oh, wow.
No, or y'all.
Our era don't know that.
Oh, so many things that like you guys only see the end result.
Yeah.
But what leads up to these things being said and done to each other is a whole.
In 2005, Corrupt released the track Against the Grain and brought up DMX one more time. But the energy wasn't there anymore. The moment had passed. The weight of the original confrontation couldn't be recreated. What had once felt urgent and dangerous now felt like unfinished history that both men had already mentally moved past.
He killed two of his bodyguards. They're trying to kill him. Killed two of his bodyguards. So they blamed it on me because he made a song about me. Even though nobody really heard the song. And, you know, being that he made a song about me, I had to be the one doing it. I'm not pissed off.
And then, in 2017, nearly 20 years after it all began, they ended up in the same airport at the same time. No camera staged for it, no PR team coordinating the moment. Just two men who had been through the crossing paths entirely by chance. According to Corrupt, the conversation was calm. It was respectful. Two grown men who had both survived something, in the music, in the streets, and in life, acknowledging each other without all the old noise getting in the way.
How are you dealing with conflict with Corrupt?
All right. First of all, there is no conflict with Corrupt. You know, so I'm not dealing with anything.
They walked away and left everything exactly where it belonged. In the past.
Did you and X ever get cool after that?
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. Actually, it was a year ago. And I seen him in the airport, LAX.
Mm-hmm.
My brother Hump came over to me and said, man, DMX over there. I said, where? He's like, he's right over there. I'm going to go tell him you come to holler at him. I said, definitely. He went over there and then I went to go see him. And we've been cool ever since, man.
Yo, it took y'all 20 years?
20 years.
God damn.
Wow. Come to find out, man, he was real cool. We had a great conversation, and we've been flying it out ever since.
X is a cool dude.
Did you ever forget Fox?
I mean, no.
He said no.
And I got to speak my piece because I was pretty upset and I wanted to fight. And you know, I was mad but the reality of it is that we did squash our situation and became real good friends. We was good friends because, you know, we missed flights. We missed our flight just sitting there chopping it with each other like, them flight. We'll get new ones and just stayed there all night in the airport chopping up game, cuz, and it was great. And we've been great ever since. I'm glad I did that before he passed away because, you know, he's a great guy, cuz.
That's how DMX moved through the world. He didn't check in when they told him to. He didn't back down when they threatened him. He didn't respond the way anyone expected him to. And when it was all finally over, he didn't make a big deal out of it either. No press run, no victory lap, no I told you so. Just X moving forward. He was unapologetically himself in every room, in every city, under every circumstance. He was the same man at the gas station with Fat Joe, in the press room at the AMAs, and in that airport years later. X didn't adjust who he was based on who was watching or who was talking. The street pressure of Los Angeles couldn't change him. The threat of real violence couldn't change him. The music industry's expectations couldn't change him. He simply was who he was, and the world had to figure out how to deal with it. He never folded, not once, not for street politics, not for personal drama, not for industry pressure, not for anything. There will never be another DMX. And this story, from the first moment he rolled into Los Angeles without checking in, all the way to that quiet airport conversation nearly 2 decades later, is exactly why. Rest in peace to the dog. If you guys enjoyed this one, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to check out the other videos popping up on your screen right now. Help us out by liking, sharing, and commenting. It means the world to the channel. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button for more content like this every single week. Thanks for hanging out with us, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.